Good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headlines. Atiku tackles reps for rejecting 6-year term for president. Mali junta appoints military general as new prime minister. Heavy gunfire erupts in South Sudan capital of Juba. And on sport, Man City confirms new Guardiola contract. Now the news in details. The 2023 presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, on Thursday berated the House of Representatives for rejecting the bill proposing a 6-year single term for the president and governors. The bill, sponsored by the member representing Idiato North Idiato South Federal Constituency, Imo State, Ikenga Ugochiyere, and 33 others, was rejected on Thursday in a voice vote by the lawmakers at plenary. Atiku had in October last year sent a letter to the National Assembly requesting a constitutional amendment to establish a 6-year single term for the president and state governors. In his memorandum to the Senate Committee on Constitutional Review, Atiku also suggested that the presidency be rotated between the North and the South. Away from that, Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf on Thursday handed over the 76 minors arrested over August and bad governance protest to their respective parents. The governor, who was represented by the Chief of Staff, Shehu Shagaji, performed the handling over at the Muhammadu Buhari Specialist Hospital, where they were accommodated and treated for the various ailments they suffered during their incarceration. Total of 76 defendants looking malnourished and unkept, including at least 28 minors aged below 18, were on November 1st, 2024, brought to an Abuja High Court from detention for their involvement in the October 1st, 2024 End Bad Governance protest in Kano and Kaduna. Following the outrage that followed the arraignment, including the collapse of some of the minors in the court, President Bola Tinubu ordered that they be released immediately. Let's also have you know that the House of Representatives has declared its intention to probe the activities of anti-corruption and transparency units across all ministries, departments, and agencies in the country in relation to the age falsification among civil servants. The resolution followed the adoption of 2 separate motions during the Thursday plenary session. This is as the House, presided over by the Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, urged its Committee on Public Service Matters, Special Duties, Federal Curatorial and National Planning and Economic Development to invite the head of service of the Federation to provide comprehensive details of all civil servants assigned to the ministries, department, agencies for verification to identify potential culprits. The committees are also to investigate the report of the head of the civil service of the Federation. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of West Africa. Director of Election and IT for the National Democratic Congress NDC in Ghana, Edward Omane Boama, has described the party's recent engagement with the security agencies as productive. He shared this update in a post on social media on Friday, November 22nd, following a meeting with the security agencies. The meeting, which took place on Thursday, November 21st, was held at the headquarters of the Ghana Police Service. It brought together representatives from all political parties in the countries with the goal of discussing security measures for the upcoming December 2024 election. Omen Boama expressed satisfaction with the collaborative discussion. In his post, Omen Boama underscored the importance of continued dialogue between political parties and the security services to ensure a peaceful and secure electoral process in Ghana. Mali ruling junta on Thursday appointed a new prime minister from within its military ranks a day after dismissing the civilian prime minister who had openly criticized the regime. The appointment further consolidates power in the hands of the military, which has governed Mali since seizing power in 2020 coup, followed by a second coup in 2021. On Wednesday, civilian Prime Minister Guchel Magal was removed from office after criticizing the junta for delaying the presidential election originally scheduled for 2024. His dismissal was announced in a presidential decree issued by Assimi Goïta, Mali's military leader. The appointment places all three branches of Mali's transitional government, the presidency, the National Transitional Council, acting as the legislative body, and the prime minister of his family under military control. Now we move to other parts of Africa after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa, where we have that Kenya's government said it was investigating how a prominent Ugandan opposition leader was spirited out of Nairobi this week amid growing criticism that it had failed to protect foreign dissidents on its soil. Kizza Besigye, a longtime rival of Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni, disappeared in the Kenyan capital on Saturday. He reappeared on Wednesday at a military court in neighboring Uganda, where he was charged with offenses including the illegal possession of firearms. Uganda government spokesperson said it did not carry out abductions and that arrests abroad were done in collaboration with host countries. However, in an interview called Singoid, Principal Secretary of Kenya's Foreign Ministry said Besigye's detention, which he referred as an abduction, was not an act of Kenya's government and was being investigated by the Interior Ministry. Away from that, heavy gunfire erupted in South Sudan capital Juba on Thursday evening after security forces moved to arrest the former head of intelligence service, according to newsmen. The gunfire began around 7 p.m. local time and continued sporadically for more than an hour before dying down. A UN safety alert to staff members in Juba said the shooting was related to arrest of the former head of National Security Service. In early October, President Salva Kiir dismissed Akol Kus, who had led the NSS since the country's independence from Sudan in 2011, and appointed a close ally to replace him. Up next is business. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv.
Welcome back. Now to business news. The FMDQ exchange, which houses the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, has revealed that Naira depreciated against the dollar in October 2024 as volatility in the forex market was sustained. This was contained in the latest FDNQ Exchange Financial Market Monthly Report for October 2024, released on Thursday. According to the report, the spot FX market turnover was $10.8 billion, that is 16.36 trillion naira in October 2024, representing a 6.58%, that is billion month-on-month increase from the turnover recorded in September 2024, which is $9.46 billion. Still on business news, the federal government, through the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, has commenced a process to comprehensively rehabilitate 120 kilometers of pipelines transporting crude oil and other petroleum products. These pipelines, which are crucial for the transportation of crude oil and other petroleum products, stretch across various regions of the country and are buried underground. The NNPCL Group Chief Executive Officer Mele Kyari disclosed this plan at the Nigerian International Pipeline Technology and Security Conference organized by the Pipeline Association of Nigeria, themed Pipelines Critical Asset for National Economic Development and Environmental Sustainability on Thursday in Abuja. He stated that the preliminary stage of the process is ongoing without disclosing the amount it would cost. Let's also have you know that the South African rand slipped slightly in early trade on Friday as the dollar climbed to a fresh 13-month high on global market. The rand traded at 18.12275 against the dollar, down about 0.2% on Thursday closing level. The dollar was up around 0.1% against a basket of other major currencies. Still to come is sport. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to Sport News. The Super Falcons of Nigeria are among the three-seeded teams for the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations WAFCON. The two other seeded teams are host Atlas Lioness of Morocco and holders Bayana of South Africa. The three seeded teams will occupy Pot 1. Morocco have been placed in Group A, Nigeria Group B, while South Africa are in Group C. Zambia, Ghana, Tunisia occupy Pot 2, while Mali, Senegal and Algeria are placed in Pot 3. In Pot 4 are Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, Botswana. The draw ceremony will hold at the Technique Center of the Mohammed Football Complex, Saleh, Morocco. Still on sport news, Manchester City on Thursday night confirmed that manager Pep Guardiola has signed a contract extension with the Premier League. The champions revealed this in an official statement on their website. This means Guardiola will have spent more than 1 decade as City manager by the end of this new deal. Guardiola has so far won 18 major trophies, including 6 Premier League titles and the UEFA Champions League. And that's your sport news on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Glad to have you back. Now the rest of the news. Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye Pastef Party has won 130 out of 165 seats in legislative elections, securing a clear majority in parliament and a mandate to pursue promised reforms. Provisional results showed on Thursday. Faye, who came to power in April after a landslide election victory, dissolved the House 2 years into its 5-year term on September 12th. He accused the opposition of refusing to pass bills from the executive. The new majority should enable Faye to pursue his ambitious reform agenda that helped sweep him to power, backed by voters hoping for more jobs, lower prices and improved public services across the West African country. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. We brought to you that Atiku tackles reps for rejecting 6-year term for president. Mali Jointal appoints military general as new prime minister. That heavy gunfall erupts in South Sudan capital. He confirmed new Guardiola's contract. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Wisdom Onizi. Thanks for watching.